Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a little fun and kind of different from my usual videos. You guys know I keep mentioning Euphoria on my channel because I have a true obsession with the show. I literally watched the whole first season in like a day and a half, like 2 days, and I literally got HBO just to watch Euphoria. And if you watch it, you know that they're only releasing the episodes every Sunday. So every Sunday, you know where I'm at 9 p.m. Needless to say, I'm definitely obsessed with the show, and I think I have a good read of all of the characters, so I thought this video was so fun and interesting because somebody told me, since I always talk about it, to do a video where I basically match up a perfume to each of the characters. Now, I'm only going to focus on the girls of Euphoria because I'm just not well versed with men's fragrances, so I can't really talk about all of that, so I'm not going to do the men in the show. I'm only going to focus on the women and like the main characters, so that being Kat, Rue, Maddy, Cassie, Lexi, Jules, and I think that's it. Oh, and also Gia. We can't forget about Gia. I think those are like the main girls of the show. I really hope I'm not like forgetting anybody. So basically, I'm just gonna do like a quick little character description on them and why I think each of these perfumes are fitting for them. And no, I will not be spoiling the show in case you haven't watched it and you want to. I mean, I am going to kind of describe the characters, which kind of gives away a little bit, I guess. But I mean, I can't really do this video unless I kind of describe a little bit, but I'm not going to like go into like things that happen and all of that, just in case you want to watch the show. But with all that being said, please subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and let's get straight into this video. Okay, let's start off with my girl Rue. So Rue is definitely a troubled teen. She's the main character of the show. Basically, the whole show kind of like revolves around her, and I feel like the whole show is kind of her point of view because she's basically the narrator in each episode. Rue is into a lot of really bad things that she should not be doing, but she's also very troubled, and she also deals with a lot of mental problems. Like, she has really bad anxiety, depression, and all of that, which I can definitely relate to, but she just has a really unhealthy way with coping with those things. So this was kind of hard, but at the same time not really. Rue is like, she's not the girliest girl ever, you know, like she's kind of rugged, she's kind of cool, she has like this kind of rocker sort of style to her. She still is confident with who she is. So the first perfume that I picked for Rue, because I did pick, like for some of these I picked more than one because I couldn't just choose one. But the main perfume that I picked for Rue was one that I actually don't have with me, and that is Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. I feel like this scent is made for Rue because it has like that leathery, smoky ruggedness to it, but it also has a sweet side to it, and I feel like that basically explains Rue to a T. And another one I would give to Rue is By the Fireplace by Replica, which is another kind of like smoky, dark, but sweet sort of scent, and they both have that kind of like unisex scent to them. By the Fireplace, not so much, even though I feel like it still can be unisex. Like, it's not too much of a feminine scent, but I feel like especially the Tom Ford, I feel like it's definitely a unisex scent, and it just has that perfect duality of both kind of like a masculine vibe and a feminine vibe to it. So those are the two perfumes that I thought would be the perfect fit for Rue. And then speaking of Rue, we obviously can't forget about Gia. So Gia is Rue's little sister. At first, I was going to pick like a really sweet and innocent. I almost went with Ariana Grande's Ari for Gia because, you know, she's younger. She's not really into everything that's happening in the show. Like, she's not into like the bad stuff. Basically, she's still kind of like in that innocent teen kind of phase, and that's just the way that she's kind of portrayed on the show. But although I was going to pick Ari at first because it's a sweet and innocent scent and overall just more of a juvenile scent, then I really thought about it, and I really thought about the fact that she, although she's young and innocent, she has gone through a lot, especially with her sister, and seeing the things that she has seen. I feel like all the things that she's seen have kind of just matured her prematurely. So I wanted to pick like an equally sweet and innocent, but also there's a little kick to it kind of a scent. And the scent that I picked for her is Vanilla Bourbon by Mixbar. You can get this perfume at Target. They're only sold at Target. And this perfume I thought was really perfect for her because it's like a sweet scent. This, I feel like, is like the perfect watered down, lesser version of like By the Fireplace or Tobacco Vanille. Like, not even close to how potent and loud those fragrances are, this one is just like this sweeter, younger, innocent version, watered down version of both of those scents. And so I feel like because I picked those for Rue, this was just so fitting for Gia. It's very, very sweet, but it has that little bourbon kick to it. It's not just your typical vanilla scent. There's definitely a little darkness to it, a little booziness about it coming from that bourbon note. So I feel like that was very fitting for Gia's character. And now we're gonna get into Jules. So Jules is Jules. It was kind of easy for me to pick out Jules' scent because Jules is a very whimsical character. She's so unique. She almost is like a cartoon. Like she almost doesn't feel real, and she is Rue's girlfriend, but I don't know. And honestly, at first I really liked Jules, but then as the show kind of carried on, I saw that, I don't know, she was giving Rue a lot of mixed signals, and it just seemed like she would say something but then do the complete opposite of what she would say. She kind of betrays Rue a lot throughout the progression of the show, especially in season 2. If you guys are caught up with the most recent episode that just aired last Sunday, no comment. I had to just stare at my TV screen for like a good 5 minutes after the show ended. I was with my husband because we watched it together. I made him watch Euphoria. At first, he was like, no, I'm not watching this show. Like, it looks stupid. I'm not watching it. And then I got him like basically hooked, which is exactly what happened to me. So now he's all caught up with me. We've watched every single freaking episode. And literally, he saw me at the end of that episode just like, because I just had no words at the end of that freaking episode. It was so intense. But anyways, back to Jules. For Jules, I wanted to pick 2 very unique, whimsical, fun, like almost otherworldly kind of perfumes. And the first one that I picked, I have always described this perfume this way, which is being very like whimsical, fun. And I even related this to like Tinkerbell once. That just kind of goes to show this is a very like, I don't know, whimsical, magical, unique scent. It's so sweet. I just think there is no other perfume that describes Jules better than this. Like, this is, I think, Jules in a bottle. I think it even goes with her outfits and everything she wears, the way that she expresses herself, the makeup on the show and the glitter. Like, it's like innocent, it's sexy. There's so much to her. She's mysterious. Just everything. Very like whimsical and fun and magical and just doesn't even seem real. And that is the definition of Lolita Lempica. So that's why I had to choose this scent. It was just like no doubt about it. I had to pick this for Jules. But I also wanted to include Baccarat Rouge for her as well, because this is another very whimsical, unique scent. It's a type of scent that you haven't really smelled before. Now you have, because a million brands have come out with scents that smell like this, but it is just still so freaking unique just on its own. It has like this ozonic, weird but super sweet kind of vibe to it, and I just thought that it was like very fun and whimsical, which is another scent that reminds me a lot of Jules and her character. So those are the 2 scents that I picked out for Jules. I'm like very confident in those 2 scents. I feel like they're just Jules in a bottle. Next, I'm going to talk about probably my favorite character ever, and that is Maddy. I freaking love Maddy. Maddy is super confident. She's unapologetic about herself. She's loud. She's super feminine. She's girly. Her makeup is always on point. I can't even tell you the amount of times I've screenshotted or taken a picture of the TV every time I watch Euphoria, because I see her makeup looks in each episode and I'm like, I'm gonna recreate that. I went on Amazon and I bought Jules, like the little diamonds. I don't have those on right now, by the way. I had this type of makeup in a previous video, and some of you guys commented that you really like my makeup and that you like my jewels. I don't actually have little diamonds. It's actually just white eyeliner. So for Maddy, I had to pick 3 perfumes. I couldn't pick 1. I couldn't pick 2. I just had to pick 3. So these 3 are very loud, unapologetic, but very, very sexy perfumes. Confident perfumes. They just scream bad B energy, which is exactly Maddy. So the first one, of course, one of my favorites, the one and only Alien by Thierry Mugler. This is a very loud, unapologetic scent, very confident scent. I think this smells so freaking sexy. I could bathe in this every single day. The vibes of this one are just immaculate. It just screams bad bee. It screams confidence. It smells super expensive. It's super feminine, but there's also a little dark, mysterious edge to it as well. So I think this is just Maddy in a bottle. It kind of just represents everything that Maddy is. It's a little bit of a polarizing scent. Not everybody loves it, but the people who do are like head over heels obsessed, which is, again, Maddy. The second perfume I picked for her is a little sweeter. This one is more of a crowd pleaser. This one is definitely a little bit more of a polarizing, controversial scent. But this one, I wanted to pick this for her because this to me smells like a hot girl. What you think like that it girl would smell like the popular girl at your school, whatever. That's what this smells like. It's super, super sweet. It's so feminine, so girly, but it's also mature and sexy at the same time. So I wanted to include this for her as well because it's one of my favorites. And then the last one that I picked for her, of course, basically Sex in a Bottle, and that is Giorgio Armani C. This is the original C, and this scent is so wildly loved by men. Men just tend to compliment this scent like no other. There's something about this. There's like a wine note in here, so it has kind of like a boozy vibe to it, but it's also extremely feminine. There's a sweetness. You get some florals. You get a little bit of everything. It's not too obnoxious, but at the same time, she's confident. She's loud. Another one that is wildly loved, but at the same time, there are people that don't really like this. Like people that just don't like loud fragrances will not like this, and that's exactly why I chose it for Maddy, because it just is Maddy. It's sexy. It's bold. And then I thought that this was so perfect, so we're going to talk about Cassie next. Gotta be honest, not my favorite character. Probably my least favorite character of the show is Cassie, especially in season 2. If you've watched it, you already know why I'm saying that, but I think Cassie is a lot of people's least favorite characters just because her choices a little questionable. Cassie is definitely more so like blinded by love type of a character. Like she doesn't really think with her brain, she thinks with her heart, like a little too much. She just doesn't use this at all. And I thought that this perfume was so perfect because it's kind of the total opposite of what I picked for Maddy. Like dark, sexy, bold. We have the little baby innocent sister right here. I picked this one for Cassie because I feel like Cassie wants to come off as being super innocent and sweet, and I think that that's what she thinks is kind of gravitating people towards her, but really she's not all that innocent and she's not all that sweet at all, okay? And so I picked this one because this is like the powderier, sweeter, creamier version of the original C, which is bold and confident and in your face. This one is just like softer overall. It has that powderiness to it, but the DNA of the original C is still in here. You can still smell that C boldness that the original has, but this is just on a sweeter level. So that's why I wanted to pick this one for her, because it's just like the perfect opposite, which I feel like Cassie is the total opposite of Maddy, as they have portrayed her in the scenes, in a lot of the scenes where they kind of show like Maddy and then they show Cassie. Like Cassie always wears pink dresses that just kind of look very like princess-like, kind of juvenile, whereas Maddy just wears the more like sexier, raunchy outfits. Her heels are always taller than Cassie's. Cassie wears like the little kitten heels. So this was just like the perfect scent for her. And then another one, this is also just, I feel like it's so spot on. I picked Good Girl because this scent is so spot on to Cassie, because the scent is so ironic, which is kind of the same thing as Cassie. Like the scent is called Good Girl, but it smells like a bad girl. It smells so raunchy, so sexy, so deep and mysterious. And this is another one that is super complimented by men. And you know, Cassie gets all the men. So that's why I picked this for her. And I just feel like that's so fitting for her character because, again, she kind of tries to come off as that good girl vibe, but really she's not. And speaking of Cassie, we cannot forget about the one and only Lexi. Lexi is Cassie's sister. And Lexi is the absolute, complete, total opposite of Cassie. Like, while Cassie is probably maybe like a Pisces, I would call her, Lexi is like a Virgo. She's super analytical, unlike Cassie, always thinking with her heart, not really using her brain at all. Lexi just uses her brain. She's very smart, she's studious, she kind of studies everybody, and I say that specifically because of something that she's doing in season 2, which I can't talk about because I don't want to give anything away, but the scent that I picked for Lexi is this right here. This is the Narciso by Narciso Rodriguez. This scent smells so sophisticated. So like she knows who she is, she's confident, but she's not like putting herself out there. She's very effortless, and that's exactly the character that Lexi is. I feel like she's a very likable character. She's very approachable and she's sweet and she helps everybody around her, but she always uses her brain. This just smells sweet, it's classy, it's inoffensive, it's kind of fresh, it's kind of powdery, there's some florals, and I feel like classy and inoffensive is basically exactly Lexi's character. She is one of my favorite characters. I feel like she should be in the show more, but I feel like in season 2 we're seeing a little bit more of her, so I'm excited to see everything that happens with everything that she's doing in season 2. The last character that we're gonna talk about that is another kind of it girl of the show, and that is Kat. So Kat, I had to pick some of like my raunchiest, most provocative, most sexy like perfumes that just scream sex kind of perfumes, and for her I picked, the first one that I picked is Hypnotic Poison, because do I even need to explain? Like, I feel like these bottles and the names of these bottles kind of just speak for themselves. Hypnotic Poison is a very hypnotizing scent, very sexy, kind of provocative, kind of mysterious, kind of dark, but it's still very sweet, which I feel like Kat is like, she really kind of discovered her sexuality through the progression of the show. She kind of started out more like sweet and innocent, and then she kind of became the opposite of that ongoing. So that's why I thought that this would be really perfect for her. And the next one that I picked, Dolce & Gabbana, The Only One. This perfume just screams sexy. It just, oh my god, this perfume is so provocative, it's so raunchy. Definitely not the perfume that you wear to like an office setting, because it just gives off extreme sexy vibes. Like, you wear this to a club, you wear this on a date with your man, and you know that he's gonna be all over you. That's this kind of fragrance. It has a very big similarity to Alien, but this one has an added coconut note, which kind of makes this super creamy and so delicious, so sweet, but it's still so bold and confident all at the same time. And I feel like these two colors for these perfumes kind of match Kat's outfits that she wears. She gets really dark with her outfits, very provocative and that kind of thing, so I just thought those perfumes were like perfect for Kat. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope to the person that requested this video, I hope that you enjoyed it, because I just thought that this was such a fun video idea to film. So I definitely couldn't wait to go into my collection and just kind of see which perfumes I thought fit each of these characters the best. And I definitely am very confident with my picks. I think these are like just the best scents for each of these characters that just really encompasses every little characteristic that they portray on the show. So that is it for this video. Let me know any more of these kinds of videos that you guys would want me to do. Some people have told me to do this video with Disney princesses, like what each of the Disney princesses, which perfume they would wear, and I think that's also a really cute idea that I really want to do at some point. But let me know if any other types of this kind of video you want me to do, and if you guys enjoy these types of videos. That is it for me today. Please make sure to subscribe to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.